Joining us now to evaluate the candidates' body language in the debates, Janine Driver, president of the Body Language Institute. Janine, great to have you with us. She's also the author of You Can't Lie to Me. And I would like to get your sense as to, is there one candidate who made an egregious mistake in the way he or she held their body or their head or focused their attention?
You know, I think the biggest mistake I saw with a couple of the candidates tonight were shoulder shrugs. A shoulder shrug is uncertainty, and that's going to kill your message. I mean, even if you're uncertain about your answer, the last thing you want to do is have an expert like me saying this person's uncertain. You know, we want certainty in this country. It's the uncertainty, especially the Republicans are saying there's too much uncertainty. So the last thing you want to do is shoulder shrug.
Am I mistaken?
Saw shrugs with.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we saw the shoulder shrugs with Scott Walker. We saw I got to say, Mike Huckabee was really strong. Donald Trump was strong. We saw a lot of shoulder shrugs with Ron Paul out there tonight. And Bush, I felt, really laid flat today. He played out flat. He disappeared off the screen. His body language, there was very little. There was just not a lot of oomph with him. We saw the oomph with Mike Huckabee. We saw it with Trump. We saw it with Mark Rubio. Literally, what we see with these guys is this increase in pressure, and that's determining. When we see this, like when someone's making a point and they have that thump at the end.
You're making me want to sit up a little here tonight.
Well, that thump is connected to determining. It means these are the people that can increase pressure or resist pressure. And so sometimes that determining is what's pulling us in, right?
That makes all the sense in the world. Donald Trump, obviously you think he did very well, was very strong. I got kind of a kick out of him a couple of times tonight because he kind of did a shrug. He was kind of opening his hands wide, and he was almost like saying, please, give me a break here. And I love the way he talks. He puts his hand out like this. He's got a finger like this. I've never seen that gesture. I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
Well, listen, Donald Trump has no problem chopping. He was like the chopper. Usually we see with the politicians this thumb of power. Bill Clinton did this. America, I want you to listen and listen good.
That's
right?
Very good,
That's the combination. Thank you. That's the combination of pointing and chopping because this is the less aggressive this. But Donald Trump has no problem doing this, no problem chopping. Donald Trump did this like, wait a minute pose. This is what cops do when they come in and like, on the ground, ATF, FBI. Here's what Donald Trump is a pro at. And again, he was a pro here. His timing. He is able to adjust in the moment-to-moment timing of action, Lou, where he can, in that moment, his evaluating kicks in. Evaluating is this right here. We're leaning forward. We're leaning to our side. We're leaning to one side, rising and descending. Donald Trump activates this evaluating and timing. This is why he doesn't have to sit down and memorize a bunch of answers. And he said, I'm coming and I'm just being me. We see that. Why? His evaluating, which is weighing pros and cons, making sense of something, creating a system, happens for him in the moment-to-moment timing of action. We see this with Donald Trump's quick gestures. He'll have the speed to his gestures, and so that's him living in the moment. But the interesting thing on Trump is you'll see him, too. He'll lean forward or lean back, and that's connected with the future. This is anticipating. We have a future here. Now, Donald Trump, when he was asked, it was interesting, when he was asked about, is he pro-life, is he pro-choice, it's the one time I felt Donald Trump actually became a little weak, and it's something we don't see often with him. He held the microphone here. What is his belief? And this indicated to me an increase in anxiety. Now, I don't know what the catalyst is, Lou, but it was the one time when Donald Trump changed his behavior for sure, that he was kind of rattled his cage. But, think about it. When he was asked about his companies going bankrupt, we see Donald Trump's chin going up.
Yeah,
the people who don't like Obama, they say he's arrogant. Well, it's this move. So Donald Trump was loving that question. He was prepared for that question. His chin went up. It's as if he looked down his nose at us.
Absolutely. Janine, thank you for that terrific analysis. One quick question. We've got about 10 seconds. We're actually a little over. That little exchange, that was a big exchange between Governor Christie and Senator Paul, in which, they went at it. Any thoughts on that? Did that serve them well, at least in terms of body language and what they were expressing to the audience?
Listen, Chris Christie is going to be seen as more likable here. So Chris Christie, even though he could be a pit bull, right? But he has this lean. He leans to his right a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so this is evaluating. You can see, look at him. See, look at, he's leaning right now to the right? We see this lean. Right. We see the lean to the left. This is evaluating right then and there. It's creating a system. It's what's important. What are the priorities here? Oh. And so Chris Christie is very interesting. He has no trouble saying, here are the priorities. So he comes across as more likable.
Janine, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Terrific analysis. Thanks a lot.